Topanga Canyon, a place where the sun paints the hills in gold, and the air is thick with the scent of wild sage. But if you listen closely, when the wind howls through the oaks, there is another story, a story of things that aren't quite settled. We have heard all things, the legends of the artists, the hippies, and the seekers who flocked here in the 1930s and 40s. They came for freedom, for art, and for life outside of the norm. But were they really alone? Or did their wild parties, their desperate art, and their strange ceremonies awaken something that still lingers? Hey, Rosie.
Hello.
Hi. I got something I want to show you here. I had a friend who came up and showed me these pictures of what he took at his house in Topanga, and I think it's some place we want to go to.
Okay, tell me more,
I'll tell you. Okay, so what he did is he took these pictures. He was kind of looking at the stars, and look at that. And then this figure started to appear. And that's until that one. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Look at this. You can see like even like an arm and a dress, like almost coming towards you, like a body or something.
Exactly, and it almost looks like from a different era.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
That's not a modern day dress.
No, not at all. It's all puffy and
yeah, the sleeves,
white.
the waistline there, or like where the hands are coming in,
Yeah.
and then the dress. That's incredible. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Can't wait.
Okay, we'll see you in a little while. Bye.
Hey Ed, I just wanted to shoot you a quick message because I was getting a little insight earlier. I was getting ready to go out, and something told me to just start doing some writing, kind of some free flow writing, where I usually start with some questions, but answers start rolling out before I can finish writing the question, if that makes sense. And I kind of quickly realized it was to do with the house. It was kind of really exciting and really not overwhelming, but I felt a lot going on. It was quite exciting. And so I got a few points. Like I wrote down quite a bit. As you can see, I tend to scribble, so it's a little hard to decipher. So I just wanted to let you know a couple of the bits and pieces in case anything shows up when we're there. I definitely won't lead with any of this because it's all kind of very new to me, but I just wanted to share this with you. I definitely got age 5. I got kind of like the 5 to 7 region, but mainly 5. I then got another, it was either a year at 57 or just an older age as well. As far as a name, I didn't know if it was the letter L or Eleanor, Ellen, that kind of thing. It might be just the letter L as well. I was trying to find out if it was somebody to do with the people who live there now. So I was asking, are you a friend? Are you family? Are you a child or a parent? But I was getting no for all of that. So it seemed it was just to do with the house. And yeah, so I do a bit of energy work as well, where we go through lists and kind of symptoms, diseases, conditions, symptoms and things like that to help people diagnose something that may be going on or developing for them. And for some reason I was drawn to go to that list with this, and I went through the pages which have multiple columns on there to see where I was drawn to. And for some reason I was drawn to a little section that had a lot of cancers, lymphoma, sarcoma, carcinoma. So I got a bit worried at first. I was like, oh my God, is this to do with me? Is this to do with them? But I wasn't getting the impression that it was. I think it just might have some relevance. So I jotted that down too. I can send you a couple pictures of these pages and that list as well, so you can see what I'm talking about. There might be a few other little bits here and there, but I will try and decipher these notes, and if there's anything I'll let you know. But regardless, I'm excited to go and meet these guys and check the house out, and we'll see if anything crops up. Alrighty, I'll see you soon.
Welcome to the Yellow House. Built in the 1920s, long before the waves of counterculture arrived, this home has stood as a silent witness to history. For over a century, it has absorbed the joys, the sorrows, and the lingering obsessions of generations of painters, poets, and musicians. Today, the soul of the old house is guarded by Jeff and Sarah Seelinger. Both true artists with a profound reverence for the surrounding nature, they are immensely proud of the heritage their home represents. Driven by a boundless love for art, Jeff and Sarah haven't just preserved the home's original 1920s integrity, they've transformed this historic property into a living sanctuary, a haven where modern-day artists can stay, create, and draw inspiration from the canyon's raw energy. To Jeff and Sarah, this house isn't just an architectural structure, it is a living, breathing entity pulsating with creative life.
So, this house, there were 3 of these dance halls built, and they were built by jazz musicians in the early days of sound film. And back in those days, there was train travel, but there wasn't air flight. So, people from Los Angeles could come up to Topanga and stay in cabins and all that, right? And it was like a retreat. It was like the Catskills or something. Yeah. And for Los Angeles. And down the road, just, the bottom of the hill, the cul-de-sac, that was Tom Mick's ranch. And he was the cowboy actor archetype for John Wayne's kind of caricature of a cowboy.
Right.
And he died of alcoholism. And the woman that, very young, like in his 30s, and the woman that owns that house said that there's still a bar underneath the stairs loaded with all this liquor. And I said, do you ever try? And she said, I did take a sip of something. It was so disgusting.
She left well alone.
Yeah, but it's like this little antique place.
Amazing.
So this was like a secret area, and he had a still. And the story that we were told was that basically this was prohibition. People could come up here and they could shoot game, they could dance, party, drink. And we were told too that there are divots in the floor here, and those are from the heels of the of the people in the 20s. I'm not seeing it here, but I think they're where this tree is actually, but we can find them later. But our neighbor pointed them out, and she said those are still, because this is just poplar. This is really soft floor. It's like underflooring.
Softwood, yeah.
It's not really overflowing. It's what they would use for underflooring at the time.
As you said about feeling different things and noticing different things, and I know there was a picture that you guys had taken that maybe had a little bit of something in it that kind of inspired you.
Out in the yard.
Out in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do the lights always flicker like that?
They do.
Okay, I was wondering because I just saw them.
They do their thing.
They do.
Okay.
And sometimes we talk to them. And
Yeah, I mean, I was right there in the yard, and I can't remember. I was just photographing the moon. I was going to get the stars. The sky was just a dome, a beautiful dome. I think right now you can see that time of night. You can see Orion's belt, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so
yeah.
obvious, but it's like since you were a kid, it's like, oh, there's Orion's belt. So anyway, I was going to get this picture, and there's this like thing in front of it, and then I did it again and again and again, and it, and I was started to try to track it.
Right.
And the thing is I was looking around too, because Hamza is staying in our trailer back here, and he at that time was smoking, and I thought, oh, maybe Hamza's smoking, maybe I'm seeing his smoke, but it wasn't him.
yeah.
It's like Hamza, no. But it was just kind of weird.
So you were only seeing it
Only
from
through the
picture.
camera.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what was really weird about it. So,
And then I had
a lot of stuff was happening when we slept in the loft
we slept upstairs in the loft. Yeah,
for years.
I was having pretty vivid dreams, and one of my dreams was that I woke up and I did see 3 figures standing at the foot of our bed, and I mean I was awake.
Yeah.
I mean, it
There's
wasn't.
a pretty severe difference
and
between
Sarah was
I was
having
in
this-
and out of sleep, but
Exactly.
when
Yeah.
And Sarah's having these lucid dreams too, where she was calling for help, for to be woken.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and
Right.
that was always really weird.
They were.
It doesn't happen in the.
No.
Like, realize the only people that sleep in this house
Right.
are the dogs.
Right. Now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we sleep in the garden gazebo,
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
right?
Good, yeah. is this mainly to do with some of this that
No,
went
not-
on, or is it
Well,
more?
Not really,
we
I
think
mean-
about coming back in, but
We liked sleeping in the house, but I needed more space for my studio, so we turned the balcony into my studio because we're both artists. So, and Jeff has his studio outside the house, and
Gotcha.
so that's kind of the reason why we moved into the
but
octagon.
it was okay.
But
Everything is kind of a glorious thing, right? That was a glorious place to be because sometimes, like the moon would come through these windows, and we would get cast as patterned moonlight, like
Yeah.
right on our bed, or that would come through the skylight at different times of the night. And so that was kind of cool to wake up to. But there was freaky stuff happening, and I do feel okay. I feel like that space was really sexed up.
Yeah.
Okay, like I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but you could really feel it
Yeah.
more than any other place I'd ever felt it. And I always wondered what this story.
Because of the past.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
with
wondered.
other- yeah.
I did wonder. And the only thing about the gazebos is like being in a tree house, so that's like really fun because we have
Right.
we have windows all the way around it, so like high enough that you can't see the ground from the bed. So in a weird way, like that's more like just the fun
Right.
place to
Yeah,
have a
little, like, fun
bedroom.
zone. Yeah. Well, it feels like with so much energy here, I mean, it can become tough to get things done even, you know?
Right.
Things going on if you're not sleeping right. Just energy can drain you and things as well.
Right.
And as fun and exciting as it can be, it can also be a little jarring, you know, like you said with some of the lucid dreams, or you're
Yes.
calling for help, or I remember for myself, I was trying to hit the wall like hell to get somebody to come.
Yes.
And then I looked and I realized my arm was not actually hitting the wall,
But you were making the sound.
and I could hear it, and I was yelling, and I could feel my hand hitting the wall, and then I looked down, and it's not, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is
Wait,
happening?
Yeah,
right
what
now?
is
You know?
happening?
Yeah,
Right, like
and
how is
it's-
this going on?
Yeah.
That's kind of stuff that it felt like.
Yeah, and then
Yes.
that's when you suddenly feel like, okay, maybe I don't have as much power in this
Right.
moment, because you think you're literally moving or
Absolutely.
calling or maybe, you know, and then
Yeah.
when you're not, it suddenly is a little more unsettling. Okay, like
Yes.
what is within my power and
Yes.
not right now.
Yeah, I mean, there were really cool things about that being a bedroom, but there were also
Yeah.
vivid things going on
Right.
at times.
Right. And yeah, your dreams can just become wild too. And
Yeah.
you know, some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't, but
Right.
it can be exhausting when you dream fully all night long. You wake up, you're like, whoo, did I get any sleep?
Like some of my dreams were very specific, like reoccurring dreams about the house, like reoccurring dreams about being in the house and sensing that there was something beneath the floorboards or behind the wall in the closet, and if I could just look at it, then it would, you know, like I was so terrified to see what it could
What it
be,
might be.
right, and what it might be, but I felt like if I could just stay in my dream long enough and push through the fear and look at it, that it would somehow relieve me of these, you know, these night terrors. Do you want to see the upstairs?
We do.
Yeah. I like the fans. That's great.
Yeah.
Definitely even just feels a little
Right?
heavier up
Yeah.
here, a little more dense.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, it does. My heart feels a little fluttery.
So this is some of your artworks here?
Yes.
Wow.
Like her.
Yeah, I noticed that you have quite a few little artifacts around in the bathroom as well, things in the
Yes.
cupboard and things, so, you know, lots of little bits
Yeah.
and pieces too.
Exactly. I like using found materials, and then
This is just this whole cabinet is
Check out
beautiful.
this
Yeah.
basket.
and a lot of the yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, that was made
Cool.
by a bird.
Weird
Yeah.
wall of cool
Yeah.
stuff.
Look at that.
And a lot of
Wow.
the objects on the table were collected after the fire.
wow,
Because
okay.
the fire came
This
right
is
out.
really weird stuff right here.
Or was it?
The dog.
Like this guy.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow, well, I'm glad that you guys were okay, seeing as the tree came through.
Yeah.
Oh, the tree was interesting because we cut,
Yeah.
our neighbor, because it's a Topanga, he was up on the roof in the storm with a
Dan.
chainsaw.
Oh yeah, Dan, barefoot.
Barefoot, with a chainsaw, throwing, I'm hearing, and
Chunks
I
of
come
tree.
out and he's like throwing chunks of the tree in the yard. He's like, Jeff, and the storm is blowing and his hair
It
is
was
going.
one of those white storms.
Right.
With
It's like- and
so
he-
much wind and rain.
And he's just like, I gotta get this weight off your roof.
Yeah.
We can't leave this on your roof. But so he cut the thing and the cork
Yeah.
was sealed. So people told me the trees are smart and they're careful about how they fall. Okay? So the tree hit this corner outside. This is 2 stories up, so it's pretty high up. It went through the ceiling, like right about there. And the crazy thing is that door was opened, and this, when it hit, we heard a kaboom, like a bomb, and debris shot through that door, like.
Wow.
So, but if it had, think about it, if it had hit here or here, it would have taken the side of the house out. It just hit that corner, just. So.
And because of that, that meant that you guys were able to stay here a little bit longer?
We were destined to move, but then the woman who wanted to sell it, Regina, she couldn't put it on the market.
Why? Because of the
house is
tree through
broken.
it?
Well,
Because of the tree through the
The
roof?
tree through the, they had to get the tree off of there. The tree was from the county side of the street side of the fence. So that meant we had to involve the county, and you know how that goes. So everything went very slow, like molasses. And we were the only ones on it, so we weren't pushing it too hard. So we had to buy ourselves.
And it gave us a year to get our finances together so that we could make an offer on the house. Because we didn't know how we were going to do it, but we took, it gave us
Took
the
a
time
year.
to figure it out.
And yeah,
Create the right look for the bank and.
There are check boxes that the bank has.
Exactly. So it was a gift.
Somebody has to have
It
a
was a
full-time
gift.
job. Somebody has to have this,
Yeah.
that. You have to have this much in the bank, all that stuff. So
It's incredible how something that could seem so catastrophic in the moment could have essentially be what helped you guys stay here
right.
more permanently and be the blessing that you needed.
That's
So,
right. It
fantastic.
was.
So, and I know there was the fires recently,
Yes.
and then there also the
Yes.
ones.
The recent
years
fires,
ago as
yeah,
well.
the recent fire that came right up to Kerry Lane.
Oh, right,
That's
you were
where they
just telling us
staged,
about,
yeah, the defense really, and stopped the fire from coming into Fernwood.
Oh, it was a close call.
Yeah, and so we've been walking and hiking around in the burn zone.
Right.
And just a lot of what the objects on the table I collected from that area. And it's beautiful. I mean, it's just so beautiful right now, all the regrowth and all the...
Especially with all that rain that we just had.
it's incredible.
It's incredible
Right,
just
it's
to
really
see what, comes after a fire. And
Right.
even,
And just to be so close to that, something that of that magnitude.
Yes, exactly.
yeah, it's-
I mean, we
it's-
got back to our house and everything was pink up here from the faux
Red.
check, from the fire retardant. The whole Kerry Lane, all the trees, all the rocks were pink from,
Stuff.
basically them dropping big drops of the fire retardant up
That
there.
just
So,
happened right across the street.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And like weirdly, Anderson Cooper lives in my old studio in New York, which was a old firehouse. And then he came and parked in this driveway during the fire and did his report from Kerry Lane.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know the guy. I don't watch TV, but I just thought it was like, wow, I know that
Right.
my
You're in
old
my
business
fire,
partner
yeah.
told me that he lived there, and it was
Right.
like, holy cow, that's full circle.
It
That's
is,
so weird.
yeah.
He doesn't know anything, and I wouldn't know anything either. But
Right. And if you're about to be like, let me just explain it.
yeah, but so weird, right?
Yeah, wow, wow. Oh, it's just such a close call. It doesn't bear thinking about. But yeah, just to be so close to the loss that other people have experienced, and just that sort of devastation. You know, the natural part of things as well. It's definitely eerie. I spent quite a bit of time in Altadena, so obviously they had that going on, and just driving through that daily and seeing just miles of it. It's just
nobody here is really over it. Like we're all getting our heads around it and our hearts around it, you know. But nobody's done.
Because it's incomprehensible.
It's just like really hard to. Yeah, exactly. It's not like you can even.
Yeah.
Right.
But we look at all the good stuff.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also we have horses, and they've cut. You know, because of the burnout, they've opened all these trails back. So there's a whole labyrinth in the state park that never was there.
Oh, wow.
Like we could take you guys on the most cool tour, you know, and it would be a discovery for us too, because the horses have just made all these great trails.
Right. Oh, but yeah, and that we are able to be here today and check things out and do a little bit of investigating.
Yeah.
It sounds great. Do the animals come up here usually if you're not up here, or do they, like you said, you've seen them barking at a few things and having a little moment here and there?
They don't really come upstairs without us, and Phoebe can't get up the stairs now.
Right.
And Lenny, you know, will only really come up if we're up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had 2 other dogs that recently passed away. So we had 4 dogs at one time. And
Full house.
Yeah, it was a full house.
It was really cool when they all snored at different paces.
yeah.
It's like weird rhythmic song, you know. And Baloo was over 100 pounds, so she had this real.
Yeah.
She was like the bass. You know?
Right, yeah. A little choir, a little chorus going on. Brilliant. So, does anybody stay up here, or
So now, like, we have 2 kids. So when they come home from school. They're in college, so when they come home, we have to figure out, okay, where are they going to sleep, right? Because it's not traditional house, like it really doesn't have any bedrooms, you know? So there's a yurt on the property and a guest house. So we rent the guest house.
But the guest house is like more micro than a tiny home.
Yeah, it's really
a converted
small.
Original cabin.
Right.
So it's kind of like one small room cut in 2
Right.
with a loft.
Yeah.
Right. But it works out for you know, the couple that's there. They're you know, rebuilding, and so it's great for them. And it was great for a high school kid.
Yeah.
That's where our kids lived when they was little.
Okay.
But if Diana and Gwyneth are both here at the same time, one of them will sleep up here and one of them will sleep in the yurt.
Right.
So that's kind of how we do it.
Have they
Now,
had any sort of experiences going when they've been here?
I would say no, except we have had some Airbnb guests that have had experiences in the yurt. Pretty vivid experienes, where like one person actually left and
Another person was like screaming in the night.
I know, or heard like something like at the door, you know, like something at the door that, you know, was.
But thing is like, see, there's next door is an area that we call Rock World.
Yeah.
And Rock World has these big, huge, flat-topped rocks that, like kind of Stonehenge-y rocks, right?
Yeah.
But that was a food staging area for the Native Americans when they did their ceremonies here. And so there's a metate there, you know, a stone bowl set up right next to where there's the best view of the canyon. It's a really good kitchen they figured out, right?
Yeah.
Right? And but I think a lot went on up here prior to the settlement up here.
Right. So, yeah. That's the history that we know from the build, and then there's what went on before that.
Yeah, what went on, and
The
they didn't
Chumash
stay.
and the Tongva and
And they didn't stay.
It's their land,
But it was their place to come to do ceremonies.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a place to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of energy, a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll show you some of our toys, and then we have to figure out where to put them.
yes.
Okay.
So let's do that. We can.
And I'll prepare a little snack for us.
Welcome to Topanga. a canyon famous for its beauty. But tonight, we aren't looking for beauty. We are looking for ghosts of the Bohemian past, and we might just find them. In the 1930s and 40s, this rugged terrain was a sanctuary. Cultural icons like Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, and Will Keir found refuge here. It was time of raw creativity and bohemian chaos. They lived in structures that mirrored their souls, temporary, circular, communal. So that means there's a temperature change.
Is it on and going?
Yeah, see it once the red around there?
Yeah. Okay.
So you're good. And then we need to turn the light on probably, because we need a little light in here.
But we're rolling, right? Yeah,
Yeah, we're
there, I
rolling.
see the red light now.
So what this is that it's based off of a musical instrument. I can show you what instrument it's on, but as you get closer, as energy gets closer to it, it'll start lighting up, and as the closer you get, then it brings more colors until you're touching it completely. So if something was close by it.
So is it, what do they call it? Is it based on, what do they call those? You can make woo?
Yeah. That's what
Theremin.
Yeah, theremin.
Yeah.
That's what it's based on.
That's what it's based on.
Yeah.
Oh, I always wanted a theremin.
Now there's two now.
So, and you can change the sensitivity of it too. So it's a little farther out now.
Mm-hmm.
It's hitting it.
Brilliant.
Wow.
So we'll have one down here, and
we'll have one upstairs. This is a thing for EVPs, which is an electrical voice phenomenon. And you remember we were talking about the photographs where when you took the picture you didn't see anything, and then after you saw the picture, they were so bigger.
That wasn't there. What the
Yeah, but this is kind of the same thing. Is that voices you won't hear them, but when you play this back, sometimes you'll get voices that'll come up.
Oh my gosh.
So we have a program that we put the SD card that's recording right now. Everything's recording right now, and it'll give you a little bump, and it's called Odyssey, and you use that, and it'll.
Now, should we invite spirits?
Yeah, we'll do that now that we're getting set up.
Yeah, because
And what am I holding in my hand?
yeah, what is
That is a cat ball. So if something,
Okay.
so you activate it,
Yeah.
and then put it down, and then if something touches it, it'll move and light up.
Oh, right.
so we could maybe put one of those like upstairs in the
Right.
closet and see if it moves
Yeah.
by the time we come back or something like that.
Well, when we first when we were first shown the house, we
So
came,
you have to.
we came up to Topanga and we were
Yeah.
looking on bulletin boards basically for any available rentals or when we were thinking about moving here from Venice. We walked into just a office in Pine Tree Circle, Paul Farah's office. He's a local realtor here, and he said, "Well, I think I've got something you might like," and so he put us in his car and he drove us up to this house. And I remember walking down the stairs, coming in the front gate, walking down the stairs, and then into the house. And I felt electricity just go through my body when I came in. It was like it was,
But she said, "This is it."
Mm-hmm.
Right, just like that.
exactly. Like it was like a wonderful feeling and a terrifying feeling at the same time. It was like that kind of excitement that was scary, right?
Both things can be true at once.
Exactly. So I just knew this was the house, and Jeff said, what? But it has no closet.
I said, "There's no bedroom. There's no closets. There's no storage. I just don't see how it can work, Sarah." And it's in bad shape because it was in really bad shape when we
Right.
moved in.
Right.
But you left out the part about the feather.
Oh well, that's too long a story. But then I was like, I just like I hit Jeff and I was like, how can you say that? Like, this is perfect, right?
When you know, you know. When you know, you know. You know. Once we get a few things set up, we'll hear that feather story.
There is a good part of the story, actually. Sarah was following this trail of feathers because she was doing these morning beach walks and collecting all this stuff, and she was doing this whole thing with feathers, looking for clues to where we might move, right? And Paul Farah had the eagle feather next to his hanging from his computer monitor, and so she saw that. You're the guy I need to talk to.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
He's like, what? And he's like, I've been following a trail of feathers, but don't worry.
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant.
So I thought
It's the little things that point you in the right direction.
Oh.
There's got to be some new ones.
Photos? Speak.
There's a group of us.
My name is Virginia. There's a group of us.
Virginia.
I'm a child.
oh,
Photos. You are free. There's a group of us. He was hung.
Ooh.
I would believe that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
The Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Wow. Well, that dates back long. Wow.
Don't rush off. Look, I'm here. I hear you. That's pretty funny.
There were some positive words.
No, not here.
Not here. No positive words.
Nope.
Okay. And there was mum. When you all were upstairs. It said,
Oh, right.
Said mom.
Mum.
Well, there we go. There's,
And then he said,
that's the-
right.
like the boot.
Yeah. And then yeah, don't rush off was pretty funny. We were all up, so walk upstairs and it says, don't rush off. Amazing.
Why are you so rare?
We're having so much fun.
I don't really feel maybe we should leave that or a couple bits just in that closet room just for a short while.
Yeah,
See if
yeah.
anything, because that's definitely
Yeah, there you go.
felt the most.
Now we're getting some.
They were saying, yes, get up into the closet.
Wow.
Yeah.
You go up there?
Yeah. Here, take this one. This one hasn't been done hardly anything.
And can we move this? Bring
Yeah.
it upstairs?
Sure.
Hey, kids. It's kids.
Alrighty, we're heading up. We've been beckoned to the closet.
Do ghosts often come in groups? Like to say that there's a group of us?
Well, yeah. I think they're individual, but they could all stay.
You should stay.
Yeah, you should stay.
Stay.
So yeah, so that you can have more than one.
It's okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like in my experience it's not been like, oh, there's lots of us here. It's more different energies kind of flitter in and out.
Right.
Kind of, well, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's just in my
No,
experience. But not so. I don't know. I mean, I
When
know
we
that
were
people do say with portals and stuff, it can be that more are traveling through, and whether they're together or it's just
The ones that are ready to go or not ready to go.
right.
Like
right.
for one to say I'm a child and there's a group of us.
Well, yeah, group could just mean there's just a bunch of them.
Could be family, could
Yeah.
be, like you said, tribes, could be, you know, different people who are here for a
With
ceremony.
my parents.
I'm with my parents.
Okay.
Again, the child, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Okay. And this
That's
may
pretty
have been
specific.
a bedroom. I think that there was a built-in on that end, and then there might have been a bed in this little room.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Wow. Well, I hope you like that. I put my mom and my uncle's pictures here for you of when they were children. Yeah, they look hopeful. And figurines.
yeah. Yeah, that's quite, yeah, so saying there's a group, saying there's a child, saying parents, that's why explaining your question you did ask.
Yeah, you'd ask,
Do
and
you
they.
get a group, you know, do you
Yeah.
often get a group? Why would it be a group?
Yeah.
It's family.
Yeah. And when I had that experience with the figures at the end of the bed, one was a smaller figure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember that. Like there was a child or maybe a,
Young.
You said there were three
young
as
person.
well, right?
Yeah.
Three and one
Yeah.
smaller.
Yeah.
That lines up.
Wow.
And for EVPs, it's interesting. I'd say that usually 60-70% are children that they catch on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because of their young energy.
Yeah.
So they're able to, they have more energy
Yes.
to talk
Okay.
than someone who's older. Because it takes a lot of
They can be a
energy.
bit more curious as well.
Yeah.
I think with things that I experienced in the one place that I was at, there was like a more negative male energy, but separately to that, there was childlike energy. Like I would see like popping their heads around the door,
This is
like
helping me.
this is helping me.
No,
Gone?
my phone.
Okay.
I hear you.
Oh.
Well, they can hear you, Phoebe.
Isn't that weird?
Joy, hopefulness.
There it is.
There it is.
Joy, hopefulness.
So it's reaching up to the ceiling.
Yeah, up to the balcony. Maybe he's saying we should go up there.
Yeah.
Should I have a little trek up the stairs?
Yeah, let's go up there.
We should have put some of the little cat balls up here.
Yeah, we should have brought some up. Although we have to stay up here.
I'll grab one of the balls.
Yeah. Woo, the air does feel thick up here, doesn't it, Ed?
It's a lot different.
Yeah,
It's a lot different up here.
just a lot of heaviness on the chest.
Okay.
When Jeff's out of town, for some reason I feel more secure.
Yeah,
I just don't want to be alone.
yeah, you got your friends around.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So
Nice. So this is where the main action
My name
is.
is Margaret.
Margaret.
my name is Margaret.
A lot of Margarets in my family. Yeah. Aunts, grandmother.
That's
Wow.
A little action. Hello, Margaret.
Yeah, it's interesting when it does more than just a name. That was my name is, so that's 4 syllables or 4, yeah.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Exactly, yeah.
If it said Peggy, then I would have then I'd be. My nan coming through.
If it said my mother's name, I'd be really, because
Right.
she has a very unusual name,
It wouldn't be in the database.
Right, it wouldn't be in the database.
So you want to check out outside?
Yeah, let's check it outside.
But it's a perfect little bedroom back here.
Watch your step. Use your lights.
Okay.
Sarah, because it's really precarious. They're stable, but you have to see the steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uneven.
Yes, uneven. And this is the lower porch. This used to be much smaller, but we expanded it. When the tub was down here, it was much smaller.
10 by 10.
So this was where the tub
This is
was.
where the tub was, right here.
Oh, wow.
This is where the tub was. And then we just expanded it so it's a bigger space now. And it's a beautiful view. from
What a
here.
view.
It's
Wow.
Beautiful,
Yeah, that's amazing.
beautiful view. Yeah. And they're beautiful rocks, big kind of rocks down here it's really just a little under an acre. It's not
like
that much property, but it feels
8.55.
Well,
it feels expansive,
Yeah,
though, but
yeah.
it's really not even
I
an
think
acre.
there's quite a bit there.
Yeah.
So this was where the ceremonies would be taking place down
Well,
here.
That's
next
across
door,
Okay.
and that is
just at the top
Oh,
of our
that's-
fence, and that's more. It's flattened off with these big rocks, so it was a nice kind of
beautiful.
place to
Yeah.
meet. It's like a picnic.
Right.
Right.
Little place to get together.
Yeah, yeah. It really that really suits. It was.
Lovely. What a beautiful home. And I'm just glad that, with the energies that you're feeling there, you don't feel
threatened. You don't feel like you can't be here. You know what I mean? It all feels like a much more positive experience and just vibe and energy, you know, especially you're saying when you're here alone, you like to be in the, you know what I mean? So there's an element of comfort there, you know, so that's got to be a beautiful thing, you know.
I trust the house. I trust, you know, I feel like a level of,
Well, you knew it was for you from the get-go, so the moment you walked in, so.
This house has been so good to us.
Right, it trusts you and you trust it. I mean, even just from what you were saying about the tree coming down, you were safe, you were fine, you were okay, the structure wasn't damaged. It was, you know, the fact that it's sealed completely, it couldn't have happened in a better way. And then leading to you being able to purchase the house and be here full time, you know. It's can be crazy the way things have to go for the things that are supposed to happen. And what a story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can show you the prayer pot.
Oh, yeah.
The prayer pot I set right here. So it's still here. It hasn't been active. You know, I haven't been putting things in. Ooh, whoa. I guess the prayer pot
It's
has
disintegrated.
rusted out. The
Oh, no.
prayer pot, but you can see it still has some leaves in it and pine cone. I think what fell out. Oh,
I think it was that there,
this
yeah.
one is a piece of glass that I put in originally. That has been here a very long time. I guess almost like eight years
Lenny,
now.
stay close, kid.
But there's whenever I dig in the yard or I'm doing any kind of planting, I always come across broken glass because I think from the days when it was a dance hall, you know, there was a lot of drinking, and I think people were just throwing
Oh,
stuff out
yeah.
the window.
That makes sense.
You said there was a still and everything.
And there were
out here,
stills
right.
around, and so I think they're just we found full bottles, you know, old bottles in the earth here.
Some of them
then-
are bubble top, so
Yeah.
they're like, you know, blown.
Yeah. So and then others are broken, but there's a lot of glass in this.
So you put that in the pot.
Yeah, so that was part of the
I love that you still have it right there.
part of the potion.
Let's see if this. I want to see if the spectrum changes when we come into the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to see this little gazebo? I think it's totally Spirit Queen.
Okay.
It's a garden, it's a garden gazebo that we didn't fix it. Somebody else.
There's a really big web right here with this.
Oh, spider. Look at that.
That's a big guy, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, kid.
Okay.
Let's see, let's see
I
here.
gotta see if there's
I'm gonna
anything.
sneak by. Don't let him get me.
Okay, I'll protect you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like all the windows too.
Yeah, the windows. It's like each one frames a view for us.
Yeah,
It's like it feels like almost like each one feels like a Japanese print, almost of like this beautiful window.
Just artwork
view.
for you every day.
Clean in here, huh?
Yeah, but there's no ghosts in here.
No
It's
ghosts.
a little different, I would say, than the main part of the house.
Yeah.
Especially the upstairs and the.
You want help,
closet
baby?
right full of
Here.
notes. Oh, it's fun. Oh, I forgot.
You
I'll put
got-
it together.
Do you want to go down to
There
the
you go.
yurt? Do you want to see the yurt path?
Oh,
Go down to the
yeah.
yurt.
The other side? Okay. The yurt was the epitome of that life. It was a place of escape, a place of intense creation. But these artists were often outcasts, living on the fringes of society. Their emotions, their struggles, and their manic energy are now deeply woven into the very soil of this canyon.
We're waiting for the kids to arrive. We're doing.
Oh, how neat.
And then we're making ready for them.
So you said some guests have had some.
In this one, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I always wondered if it was because of. I always wondered if their experience was because of the native stuff, because the thing was like, what people tell us around this area is you're either very attracted to Topanga or you're repelled.
Right.
Right.
And there are people who just like really are uncomfortable in this area.
Yeah.
Which, like, well, what is that? And then also our neighbors told us when we moved in and we were renters, like, we're only going to be here for 2 years. Regina's coming back for 2 years, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, no, you're here.
Right.
I'm like, what? It's like, no, we don't have any money. He's like, we're not here. But they said, well, Topanga picked you. Like, that's what Katrine was kind of.
The yurt, a vessel for dreams. But was it a place where something got left behind? Something that refused to leave when the party ended?
Our neighbor, she thinks this is a vortex here of some kind, where Kerry Lane meets the road right here. Our house, Kerry Lane, and then the two streets, or the street that goes further up towards Topanga Canyon. She feels that area right there is some kind of vortex.
She's very dramatic.
Yeah,
she's very sure, you know, she's very sure of her sense of how things are, and she's actually correct.
Right, it seems to be substantiated in multiple ways.
Over and over, that's the thing. It's like she's very matter of fact. It doesn't feel egotistical. She's just stating things.
Right, yeah. It's not the woo-woo, it's just what's going on.
Yeah. It's
even like you said,
it's
how
like
just
correcting us. It's
Right.
like, oh no, you're here.
Right. It's no, amazing. And even just to what you said about where the boundary of the borders of the fire and just different things that have happened in the area.
Yes.
This does seem to
Be like a protection.
protected zone.
Exactly, it does feel like that, you know.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Hopefully, continue.
Yes, continue. Yes. Absolutely. Well, why stop now? You know?
It's not stopping us from hardening the property and
Right.
doing all these things to make it less fire attractive.
Right.
It's like,
But yes, so we're in the portal. That's it. I wonder if Topanga is calling us to me. I was brought here to cat sit. I've been brought here to ghost hunt.
Interesting.
I've been, you know, a few different things have been bringing me
Suddenly
back to
you're gonna
just
realize,
this very
oh my
area.
God.
Yeah.
This is where I was meant to be all along.
A bunch of people that you know, like somehow are here. How could that be?
Right. And do you know much about the people prior or anything? I know you said it was a family originally, and then the dancing.
Yeah.
Is there much history that you know of?
We met one of the, one of,
We know a lot.
she was the daughter of one of the owners.
Well, she
Linda
was
May
of
Lee.
the very first owner.
Yeah.
Okay. And she had a terminal cancer diagnosis. And she's an older woman, and she came up with her friend from like high school. It's like the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah.
And I was out in the driveway, and she told me I lived here, and I invited her in, and she started telling us her whole story. But she was born in this house, and then she only lived here till she was 5 years old. Okay, and here she was, the first owner, 1930. So right now she would be in her 90s, right? She'd be 95 right now if she was alive. So she said that she had fantasized her whole life about coming up that steep hill to home.
Wow. Yeah.
And the pepper trees outside and stuff. She was like, oh, my grandma cut switches from that pepper tree.
Oh.
And I thought that was really cool. And we had lost it. We lost an oak behind the garage just a few years ago. And she told us that oak was where she had a swing. And she told us exactly how her swing went. And so
Amazing. Do you mind if I ask what her name was?
Linda May Lee.
Okay.
And we have a picture.
That's an old name. Huh.
Yeah.
Her father owned
The general store.
The general store.
It
in
was
town.
Lee's general store.
Yeah, it was.
And he had a big grand piano in his room.
Yeah. And there were little beds that folded out of the.
There was a built-in.
Yeah, it was like a built-in bed, little beds that folded out upstairs. She was telling us about.
And there was a painting here where this tree painting is of the ships in the ocean, right? And we never saw the painting, but it was just like one of the very last renters before we were here that had been still here. And he was like, I think my girlfriend has that. But
Topanga Canyon. It is a beautiful place, a monument to an artistic legacy. But tonight, we saw a different side. The side of restless spirits, emotions so potent that they seem to defy death itself. The Bohemian dream, was it worth it? Or are they still out there, dancing to a music only they can hear, a part of Topanga forever?
Again.
There's water in the bowl right now. Chevy Chase's first film.
There was one of the candles was lit on the mantle over the fireplace.
Hello.
Look at you, running like crazy.
Hi, Bubba.